Hello everyone, welcome back to the Tableau tutorials. In the previous video, we discussed about the basics of Tableau, its basic features, how it works, and some of the products that are available in the Tableau product suite. The first product we discussed in detail was Tableau Desktop. We discussed about it, its two versions, that is the Tableau Desktop Personal and Tableau Desktop Professional. The thing with Tableau Desktop is that it is a fully paid tool. If you want to purchase it, of course, you can just go for it. However, I would recommend you all to first start working with the second tool, that is Tableau Public, because the advantage with Tableau Public is that the data is available to be shared online in the community. That means whatever work you do, whatever visualizations you create would be directly shared over the internet, so that you can interact with like-minded people, you can interact with others, you can just share your knowledge, you can gain knowledge from them. Tableau Desktop is generally used by the professionals, so if you are planning to work on a team, then you can purchase this Tableau Desktop. Furthermore, if you want to use Tableau Desktop as a trial, then a 14-day trial version of Tableau Desktop is available, which can be very easily installed into your system. How, I will show you in the later videos. But for now, let us move on to our second tool, which we will be using primarily in these tutorials, and that is Tableau Public. So this version of Tableau is built for the cost-effective users or the beginners. By the word public, it means that the workbooks that you have created or the visualizations that you have created, you cannot save them locally. However, there are few tricks through which we can do, but they won't be interactive. Okay, so what you will do is, once you have created the visualization, you will just save them on the Tableau Public cloud. So this would give you exposure, which is very important as a beginner. You can interact with the community, you can interact with fellow users, you can interact with like-minded people. Now, whatever things you share over the cloud on Tableau Public, they would be fully accessible by everyone. So there would be no restrictions. That is why it is recommended by the workspaces or by the companies not to use Tableau Public, because they contain sensitive information which need not to be shared over the internet. There is no privacy to the saved files on the cloud, because anyone can download them, access them, edit them, and use them. This version, that is why, is best for the individuals who want to learn Tableau and for the ones who want to share their data with the general public. So since we are all beginners, we are just trying to learn this Tableau, that's why I would recommend you all to go with this particular product. Now, these were the two products of the developer tools. Now we will be discussing about the three sharing tools in the Tableau product suite, starting with Tableau Server. Now, Tableau Server is again a software that is specifically used to share the workbooks, share the visualizations, and anything else that is created in the Tableau Desktop application across the organization. Now, this thing is really important over here, across the organization. That means whatever you publish on Tableau Server has a limited access. Only the people whom you have chosen can access the particular visualization or the particular report. There are numerous ways through which you can set up teams, you can set up groups, you can set up permissions for the users on Tableau Server, which we will be taking a look at detail in the upcoming videos. But to understand the gist of it, to share the dashboards in the Tableau Server, you must first publish your work in the Tableau Desktop. Once the work has been uploaded to the server, it would be accessible only to the licensed users. That's why if your data contains any kind of a sensitive information, or you don't want it to be freely available on the internet, you should go for Tableau Server. Now there is one important thing, that suppose you want to serve just share your data with the licensed users, then they do not need to have Tableau Server installed on their machine. They can use it over the site as well. They just need their login credentials and just enter them on the web browser, and they would be good to go. The security is really high in Tableau Server. That is why the organizations prefer it. The admin of the organization has the full control over the server of taking and maintaining the permissions and the other things. As you might have guessed, Tableau Server is again a paid tool. Next, we discuss about the other tool, that is Tableau Online. As the name suggests, it is online sharing tool of Tableau. Its functionalities are very similar to Tableau Server. However, there is one catch, that the data is stored on servers that are hosted in the cloud, which are maintained by the Tableau group. There is no storage limit. That means you can publish as many visualizations from your account as you want. The Tableau Online creates a direct link to a huge number of data sources that are hosted in the cloud, like MySQL, Hive, Amazon, Spark SQL, etc. So Tableau Online also needs the workbooks to be created by Tableau Desktop or Tableau Online as well. Tableau Public as well. That means that data would be available freely for anyone to access. No login credentials are required, and that is why, since cloud servers are used of Tableau itself, so it is free to use. But the thing is that anyone can access this data, so if any kind of sensitive information needs to be shared, you might not want to go for this one, Tableau Online. Okay. Also, the data that is streamed from the web applications like Google Analytics, Salesforce, etc. are also supported by Tableau Server and Tableau Online. Last but not the least, we have Tableau Reader. It is also a free tool that allows us to view the workbooks and visualizations that were created either using Tableau Desktop or Tableau Public. The data can be filtered, but editing and modifications are restricted to an extent. That means it's just kind of a read-only version of the reports that you have. So any kind of filtering criteria you can apply, but you cannot edit the data in any kind. They are interactive but not editable. The security level is 0 in Tableau Reader because anyone who gets his hands on the workbook can view it using Tableau Reader. Of course, it's free. That's why you have to pay it with your data. If you want to share the dashboards that you have created, the receiver should have the Tableau Reader installed to view the document. This is a restriction that is being imposed in Tableau Reader. So these were some of the products of Tableau. Now we come to this topic, that is how Tableau works. Okay. So actually this is a really important topic. Let's get started with it. What happens is that Tableau connects and extracts the data that is stored in various places, right? It can pull the data from any platform that is imaginable. A simple database such as Excel, PDF, CSV file, to even complex databases like Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure SQL database, Google Cloud SQL, Oracle, MySQL, anything you can imagine, Tableau can just work with it. Okay, and once it has extracted the data, then it can just work with the data. So what happens is, when Tableau is launched, the data connectors that are available are shown to you. You can just select that which is the data connector you are going to use, or what is the source of your data, and then Tableau will automatically just connect with that particular source, installing the required libraries, everything that all goes in the backend, so you do not need to worry. And it pulls the data into itself. Now once the data is pulled, it can be connected in two ways, that is the live version and the extracted version. Okay, now what is the difference between this live version and extracted version? This is really important, but this we are not going to discuss in this video. This is a topic of the future videos. We would be understanding this with a practical example. Now once the data has been pulled, the data analysts or the data engineers who want to work with the data use it to develop the visualizations, and the dashboards are created which can be shared very easily using the different sharing tools of the Tableau product suite that we discussed. So this was how the Tableau works. And that's all for this video. We will discuss more about Tableau basics in the upcoming videos.